Hey guys, Devin Hazen here, team leader, Keller Williams Elevate in the beautiful Blue Ridge, Georgia mountains. I'm here today with Mountain Matt, and we're going to learn a little bit about who he is, what he enjoys, and what he brings to the real estate world. So I'm so excited to have this conversation with you. So Can you start just with who you are, what you like to do, what makes you you?
Hey, I'm Matt Lawler. I originally am from Alabama. I grew up in Gainesville, Georgia, just a short hour's drive from here. Kind of spent my childhood growing up camping, boating, hiking, all that fun stuff. Still things I all enjoy to do today, fishing especially. That's kind of like that's my thing, my go-to. I've been up here in Blue Ridge for about 8 years now. Been back up this way. Spent 10 years in Marietta prior to this, and just had to get out of the city, the hustle and bustle, and slow my life down and kind of reprioritize where I wanted to be. So that's kind of how I've landed up here and been in real estate now for about 3 years.
Awesome. And for someone who likes to fish, I mean, with all the lakes and streams and creeks and stuff up here, I mean, that's kind of a paradise for you, right?
Oh yeah, and that's the beauties. We have, you can catch all kinds of species up here, from trout to walleye to bream, anything you want to catch really. You have the ability to go do it in a short distance up here.
It's pretty neat. Now, I've heard you talk to clients before about where the spots are and getting them here into the area, right? People come from all over to live in this area. Sure. And it's really important to know the benefits, the area, the layout, the ideal spots for not only fishing, but restaurants and everything else too.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're an outdoor enthusiast or you like to, like you say, fine dine,
yeah,
or even just go hang out at some really cool spots, we've got great wineries around here that are available. Tons of things to do no matter who you are.
So would you say that there's something for everybody?
Yes.
Yeah. You don't have to be a fisherman or a fisherwoman or a fish person to have fun up here in the mountains, guys. We've got everything. I mean, he already mentioned the wineries, right? We've got fishing, we've got hiking, we've got boating. I mean, you could go on and on.
Yeah.
But before we do that, let's get back to Mr. Matt and tell me about your family.
Yeah, so me and my wife, we've been married for almost 3 years now. We have a husky, he's about 90 pounds. Then we have a little dapple dachshund named Pebbles, and then our husky's name's Togo. So they keep us very active, so that's one reason, we're really big in the outdoor stuff. Our dog loves hiking, loves getting in the water and just exploring. That's kind of his thing. So hiking and fishing kind of take up a lot of our time when we're not, working or taking care of the house, that kind of stuff.
Well, I'd say it's a great way to spend your time.
Oh, yeah.
So how often do you get out and try new trails, or have you seen them all?
We've seen a bunch, but we have a couple of really favorites that we like that are in close proximity to the house.
Well, share with them. What's one of your favorites?
So our probably go-to is going to be Go Forth Trail, and it's in Tennessee over by the Ocoee Whitewater Center. But it's a short, 20-minute drive from our house, and it's a good, mile and a half out and back. So pretty much the right distance for the dachshund. She's a little short-legged, so she can't make it too far.
So with that being said, are there trails that are easier and tougher? I mean, can everybody enjoy it?
Right, and that's the other reason we like that area is there's another great trail over there called the Rhododendron Trail that goes from the Whitewater Center down to the Ocoee No. 2 Dam, and you can walk it back. It's very flat, very nicely taken care of, follows the river. So it's a great option for anyone who just wants to do a short, easy hike.
And we just got out of rhododendron bloom season, right? So there's still a couple, colors out there.
Yeah, well, rhododendrons are kind of funny because they'll bloom sporadically throughout the year sometimes, and then really we're going into mountain laurel season, and that's kind of the funny thing. They call it the Rhodo Trail, but there's a lot of mountain laurels out there.
Gotcha. Well, very good. Is there anything else you think they should know about you personally?
I'm just an honest individual, and I'm here to look out for everyone's best interest. So if you are not sure about what you want to do up here, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm not going to pressure you or force you to do anything I wouldn't want you to do. So,
well, that's a really good thing to say, because I think a lot of people who do move here, like we mentioned, don't really know the area yet, right? They come from Florida, Atlanta, other parts of the country, and they've heard of Blue Ridge, right? And they might have visited here once before, and they've decided that they're going to buy a second home, a vacation home, or maybe even relocate and move here. And they don't really know exactly what the area offers coming here for the first time.
Yeah.
So to have someone who can answer those questions, who takes pride in where he lives in the area and gets to know the area at such a level that Matt does, is vitally important for somebody and their success buying up here. Would you say?
Yeah. I don't have a client that regrets buying up here yet, and I want to keep it that way. So.
That's awesome. I don't regret buying up here. I love being here.
I do too.
And it's absolutely amazing. So let's shift gears a little bit and tell me about before real estate. What did Matt do prior to getting into real estate?
So, like I say, mainly I came down to Marietta, started going to college at Southern Polytech, and I got a job at a boat dealership. So I had worked at marinas on Lake Lanier growing up, and so I ended up spending a good 10 years in the boat business down in Marietta and Kennesaw.
Okay.
And like I say, just the traffic, the rigmarole, the daily stuff down there, it just slowly eats away at you over time. And I had to get out of that.
I was there yesterday. Yep.
Yeah, it was great in 2005 when I first moved down there, but it really changed in 10 years. And
Sure.
That's why I like here, is I feel like the amount of change we've experienced in 10 years is minimal compared to what I was experienced there. So,
Sure.
Yeah, got out of there, moved up here, kind of spent a couple years working with Home Depot.
Okay.
In a management position, and then COVID hit, kind of threw everybody's world upside down, and it got me to thinking and thinking outside the box. And I always wanted to do real estate. It's something my family's always had great success in, with rental properties, and I'm just trying to kind of like mirror, what my family's done
Sure.
to get where they have. So
Love that. So would you say that real estate is a vehicle for wealth for people?
100%.
I love talking about that too, because people, when they hear real estate, they think buying and selling, right? And that's this much of real estate. There's so much more. Real estate's tied to 90% of the world's wealth in one way or another. So with your experience, working on the lakes, working with Home Depot, being involved in the communities, you probably gained a lot of experience, skill, and knowledge that might help you in real estate, would you say?
Yeah. And I was actually able to buy my first home at 22, which is pretty unusual, especially these days, to be able to buy a home that young with no outside help.
Yeah.
So there were some great government programs at the time, don't get me wrong, but that house has propelled me to live up. It makes it so I can live up here very comfortably.
Yeah, I've got a similar story. I think the more we can help people understand the benefit of wealth building through real estate, the better they're going to be off financially, not only today, but just into the future. I think all this conversation about rental rates and real estate rates and interest rates and all these conversations we're having right now are affecting the mindset of building wealth through real estate. So with all that being said, right, knowing what's out there and available for wealth through real estate, what's one way that you're making an impact with your people?
You really just got to be upfront and honest. We're kind of in a weird market right now, but there's still a lot of competition. So, I've had some situations where we've run up against multiple offers, and you just have to trim the fat, as they say, as much as you can, and just put your best foot forward. Everybody thinks there's probably a deal to be had out there. Yeah, there is, but it's a lot tougher to come by these days because, we've been in the market where sellers don't have to flex like
Sure.
they have in the past.
Sure. And I think the mindset too around what a deal is a challenge. Because what we look at as an investor, I'm an investor in real estate. So when we talk about winning as an investor, we talk about buying correct up front, right? You make your money walking in. And in today's market, that may seem a little daunting to people because it's not a market where you're going to negotiate 30% off the price, right? However, we can negotiate off price, we can negotiate good terms, and as an investor, your ultimate goal is to win wealth long term. So, have you seen any change in the appreciation of homes here?
No. So that's I was kind of looking at the market numbers yesterday actually. Our sales are down, but our values are up. So it's it's kind of going against the equation, but it's still continually building wealth here in these areas.
And that's really important to talk about and know, because as we continue to appreciate, even if we're appreciating at a slower rate, appreciation's appreciation, right? And over time, you win with real estate.
Yep.
And that's the key that we've got to have in these conversations and change the mindset for people who might be on the fence or struggling with the fact that, interest rates are double what they used to be. and prices are still high. Well, what if prices continue to rise, which they are, and then you're buying again at a higher value later on when you could have owned today? I mean, let me ask you this. In 2020, 2021, 2022, there were people buying homes at $30, $40, $50, $60,000 over ask, correct? And those same people who bought it 30, 40, 50, 60 over value in 19, 20, 21 still have equity in their properties today.
Oh yeah, most of them have already sold that property and moved on to another.
For more money.
So that's what I was going to say. It's kind of amazing about the time we're in. Is real estate has become, more of a short-term hold than it ever has.
Well, currently,
And,
yes.
And buying power has steadily decreased over the last 3 to 4 years. I don't know anyone who has more buying power now than they had, say, 3-4 years ago between the rates and the down.
Sure. Well, I think, buying power's down, right? Yet if you could buy today, I mean, think about 5 years from now, right? If values and appreciation continues like it historically does, you're going to be in a good place 5 years from now.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. If you consider real estate a 10-year hold, it's very hard to get hurt in those positions. So.
Absolutely it is. So, all right, great. So we're talking about real estate wealth, and is just to kind of summarize this whole section, is that kind of like a mission for you or a goal for you to help people create wealth in real estate then?
Right. I not only want to just give them the lifestyle they want, I want to give them the financial security they need. So, that's really my goal is provide those two things to the highest level to my clients, and that's really what I try and do.
Love that. Wealth building is the single most important thing somebody can do for legacy when it comes to leaving a legacy for future generations, right? Because money is good for what money can do. I mean, it can be used for great things or bad things. And as we continue to help people build wealth through real estate, well, we're not just changing their lives, we're also changing their kids' lives, their grandkids, right? The people around them. Because remember, when you throw a pebble in the pond, you scare all the fish away, and you have a ripple effect. Well, that ripple effect affects everybody around those people that you get to help every single day. How do you feel about that? I think it's awesome.
I love it. So, like I say, I love connecting with people and just figuring out where they're at in life and where they want to be, and how I can best help them transition to that spot. Because this is a great place if you're looking for that retirement home, forever home. To me, it doesn't get any better than here. We've got great amenities. We're close enough to the bigger cities to where if we need them, they're there. They're not out of reach. So, but we're far enough away where we don't really have to worry about all that comes along with being in the big city.
Traffic. I was there yesterday. I think I already said that. So wonderful. Love the mission. Love the goal. Let's get into how you decided where to be. So you're with Keller Williams, right? Yeah. What do you love about the company? What does it provide you? And how do you think that it's helped you being with Keller Williams to be successful in real estate?
I just love the entrepreneurial spirit. I don't feel like I need a whole lot. Like, I want to learn and grow and do all the things myself. And Keller Williams is just a great backbone to do that. With Command, it offers a lot of things in an all-in-one package that at any other place, any other brokerage, you'd have to be paying for all these separate things.
What is Command?
So Commands are like kind of CRM and advertising.
What's a CRM?
Yeah. But it's a customer database management basically, and then also integrated into that is advertising and an ad builder, and just lots of great things, ways that we keep up with the contracts,
designs, referrals. I mean, it's all built in one.
Right, exactly.
It's a really neat technology piece that allows us to serve our clients at a higher level, right? It allows us to market our listings at a higher level, and it allows us to be marketing designers, even though we aren't them, right? Because you actually do a lot of flyers and marketing and social posts through Commands.
Correct.
How easy is that?
So easy, and it saves a ton of time.
You don't need a marketing degree?
Don't need a marketing degree. Everything's compliant, so it's real easy to use. And say to pay somebody to do that kind of advertising really doesn't make a whole lot of sense when we've got that great tool there, right at our fingertips.
Yeah, and I've had some conversations with people recently who have someone who designs the flyers for them, right? However, it's more like at scale, so they design the flyers for everybody, which means they probably all look the same.
Yep.
Whereas with our technology and with KW, I mean, you can do almost anything you want, right? They have the templates if you want to use them, and you can develop your own.
Yeah,
It comes back to that entrepreneurial aspect and spirit that you had spoke about at the beginning of this.
Yeah.
Okay. So where do you see your business going from here? I mean, you're doing great. You're in the Capper Club. You're making money. You're selling homes. You've done pretty well for yourself in real estate so far.
3 beautiful listings right now.
3 beautiful listings. They are
Check them
gorgeous,
out.
and in multiple different areas too, right? You've got North Carolina because you're licensed in North Carolina.
Yeah, I'm licensed in North Carolina,
which is important to know.
So I'm officially a broker over there.
Fantastic! Congratulations.
Yeah.
And yeah, you've got some beautiful listings on the market right now. Let's before we go there, let's get back to your goal. Where do you go from here? What do you see happening for Matt in real estate?
Like I say, just continuing to serve, and kind of on the horizon for me right now is looking into going into Tennessee so I can serve the entire tri-state area, because this is where I live, love, and play. So, you know, I really like East Tennessee. I think it's a beautiful area, and great opportunity there as well for people to grow their wealth in the near future.
Well, it is very unique because there's a lot of business development up over there too. A lot of business development up over the line in North Carolina. And we're so close here where Blue Ridge has already seen massive growth and more's coming.
Yep.
So this area, I mean, in my opinion, in multiple ways is a huge gem for investors, for business growth, for opportunity, for buyers and sellers. There's still so much to come, yet so much has already happened.
Yeah. And just our infrastructure is getting better every day. Like, I know internet is not anything like it is down in the city, but our fiber backbone is growing by leaps and bounds up here.
I've got fiber at my house, and the county doesn't even recognize my road as a road, so it's good. We're working on it.
And then we got Starlink now, well, readily available in the area, so that has eased a lot of people's qualms about being in certain areas.
So that's interesting you bring that up, and we haven't got to where Matt wants to go for his goals in real estate.
Oh, yeah.
And it's okay. So what would you say are the 3 main things that somebody moving from a different area may not think about when moving here?
So,
we mentioned internet.
Yeah, internet is one. Gravel roads tend to be a big thing.
Okay.
A lot of people are not familiar, or don't really have much experience on gravel roads and driveways,
especially in the mountains.
Yeah, so that gets to be an issue quite often. Healthcare can be an issue just because we don't have like a major hospital here in Fannin, but we do have great hospitals on either side of us.
Yep.
And in the major cities. So those are things that some people tend to consider a lot, because a lot of people are moving up here thinking about retirement. And access to healthcare is very important, and something you need to definitely factor in when you move up here.
Absolutely. I mean, it's huge, and especially with our average age being about 60 or more.
Right.
I mean, we have a lot of retirees. We have a lot of people who own second homes, right, and this and that, and they're only here. Their primary doctors may be somewhere else. So having that support is absolutely important. So I'm so glad you brought that up.
Yeah. So that's kind of, those are the 2 biggest things, and then the third biggest thing is a lot of people want to have chickens, and that can really narrow your limit. I mean, I know it sounds crazy, but there's unrestricted land and there's restricted land, so you really need to understand the difference in what you're getting in both of those different pieces of property.
True. Yeah. And just because it says unrestricted doesn't mean it's fully unrestricted.
Right. And unrestricted can also bring along some things you're not so happy with on your neighbor's properties.
That's true.
That's why we call it unrestricted.
Awesome. Well, it sounds like, Matt, I know you're not a numbers, goal-driven kind of person. You're a relational person. Right? You love your people. You love your clients. You love the people around you, and you do as much as you can to help, which is why I think you've shied away from this question twice now. So let me ask it a little bit differently.
The goals.
Let me ask you a little bit differently. What's your goal when you meet somebody? I mean, how do you get into a relationship with somebody as an agent when a lot of times the industry is looked at kind of poorly?
Yeah, I mean, I just, like you say, that's the biggest thing, is just relate. So I love to have everyone in my car and do what I call Discovery Day, where we go out and look at homes, and I learn about the people that I'm with, and what they believe in, stand for, don't like. That's how we build the relationship, and we have a good time while we're doing it. So that's what I always try to tell everyone is first off, we're just going to go out and have a good time today. If we find a house, it's going to happen along the way. It's going to happen. So we'll know if that's the right one, and then from there I'll guide you through the rest of the stuff. But that's pretty much it. Is I just I got to get face to face with somebody. I'm not a huge phone person, but that's how a lot of the relationships start. But
they're
being face to face and just hanging out with people and getting to know them better.
Yeah, I remember, you sharing a couple stories of clients that you were working with, and you had just met them, and it's like you've known them for years, and that's incredible, right? Not everybody has that mindset of like, I really care, I really want to be in a relationship with these guys, and I really want them to have a great experience. Most agents have a goal, right, to help them buy a home, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? There's transactional agents and relational agents. Transactional agents might be super good and efficient at getting things done. They're just not going to be your best friend in the process. And so it's just different ways of doing business. And I think the relational aspect is so cool because we get to meet some really neat people. I mean, think about it. We are in such a cool, unique area where a lot of people come here to retire. I mean, some of these people have left really cool careers. And we get to meet them and know them and understand them, and then help their friends and family as well because you earned that relationship.
And I want you to come back to me if you ever have any more real estate needs or know anyone that does. That's my goal, is build up a referral based business without really advertising. I want to live off my sphere, and like you say, take care of the people that love us the most. So that's where we want to be.
Okay. Well, Matt, let me ask you one last question. Where do you see the industry as a whole going in 25, 26, and 27?
Honestly, I don't think I'm going to see a whole lot of change. We've been through these changes before, and it's kind of all just landed right back where it is. So I think we're going to stay on the same path. It's just going to require a little more agent-to-agent communication than it has in the past.
Cooperation, So you heard it here first. Shift happens. So, we're going through a shift. We're in a shifting market. Yet, like we talked about earlier, home appreciation hasn't stopped. And that's kind of the same story across the country. Now, real estate's hyper-local. So you're going to have hyper-local pockets where maybe appreciation's down right now. However, as a whole, and especially here, we're still seeing appreciation happen. Unit sales may be down. However, what's going to happen when interest rates do get back to the fives?
Yeah, we're going to be right back in the same market we were in 3 years ago. The buyers are just they're all of a sudden going to be ready to buy. Everybody that's sitting on the fence right now waiting, being the hawk, they're going to find out they're going to land in a sea of pigeons and not catch a one.
So, I mean, I guess the options are wait and hope's a terrible strategy, or it's never the wrong time to buy the right house. Buy now, right? Earn your place in real estate. Start building wealth in real estate. Position yourself with someone awesome like Matt, who's going to care about you and your goals to get you where you're going. Because at the end of the day, an interest rate doesn't last. But that home and the memories you're going to make inside of it will. And I think that's where Matt truly thrives, and that's where Matt truly lives, in that relationship and helping you fulfill those dreams that you're looking to fulfill.
Right.
Final thoughts?
Just thanks if you hung out this long. We appreciate it, and I look forward to working with anyone. Feel free to reach out to me anytime. You can call me, text me, email me, 678-936-9790, or Matt Lawler at kw.com.
Fantastic, and we'll make sure all that information's out there for you as well. Matt, thank you so much. Appreciate you.
You.
Have a great day.
See y'all.
Bye.
Have a great day.